Hi Virgos, this is Genevieve with Belladonna and Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I'm doing quite well. This is the weekly reading for April, 26th through May 2nd, 2021. And it's my birthday week. Okay, actually, it's kind of my birthday month because I like to celebrate a lot because I'm awesome. But what I want to talk to y'all about is, what do I want for my birthday? You're like, wait, why are you talking about what you want for your birthday? Because I want everybody to give me a present. You're like, really? I am not buying you anything. Well, I'll tell you what I want. I want you to celebrate you. What I mean by that is everybody has something little they can do for themselves that helps them, whoopsie, that's a boo-boo, feel celebrated. For example, sometimes it could just be something as simple as getting a cup of craft coffee at a local coffee shop that makes you feel special, like, oh, I got that. Or it might be meditating with a rock. It might be grounding. It might be going to a yoga class. Whatever you do that makes you feel special, I want you to do something every day. And at the end of the week, after you've had a week of specialness in your life, because you're a totally awesome person, at least I think you're a person. I know you're totally awesome. It's the person part I'm not 100% sure about. At the end of that week, I want you to text me at 405-512-9400 and tell me what you did to celebrate you. Okay? That's my present. Okay, now moving right along. For y'all, right now, you're feeling overwhelmed. This card's upside down, so I don't think you're feeling so overwhelmed that it's like mega depression, but you're definitely feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling like things aren't going right, and you're crying about it, and you just feel like things are just not working out. Well, one of the things that I have learned is that sometimes that's a perceptional thing. So the first thing I want you to do when you're looking at it this week is really step back and see what that is. Is it really as bad as it looks? Or are you just looking at the negative part? Because sometimes God's greatest gifts, or the goddess's greatest gifts, are unanswered prayers. There's a song by that, Google it. Because honestly, sometimes we don't get what we want, but we really didn't want it. We just thought we wanted it. Sometimes you want a job, and then when you get it, it stops you from getting a job you didn't want. You did really want it or something. So you've got to stop and evaluate those things. The next thing we get is the Six of Pentacles. Because this is a card about being generous and sharing, but I think that because it's next to the card of you feeling overwhelmed and sad, that you need to be generous with yourself. All too often, we take time to be generous with our time with others, but we fail to take care of ourselves. It's easy to take care of somebody else because, well, we don't want to be selfish. But sometimes being selfish is okay. But you got to find that balance. That's what's so important about it, is finding the balance. Because you don't want to give away the bank, but you don't want to hold on to something so tightly that you lose it. So you've got to find that balance in relationships, in job, in everything. And I think that that's really important for y'all right now. Now, we also get the Seven of Pentacles. The Pentacles is about money, generally. But I think that this is just showing that it's time to evaluate these things. Generally, when you get this card, it's like, is this really what I want to be doing? Is the work I'm putting forth really worth the money I'm making? It's that type of thing. And so I think that the question is, whatever you're in angst over, is that worth your energy? Or is there something else you should be doing? Now we get the Ace of Swords. Now, you see this ace, which is a double-edged sword, and that means that it pierces through, it's really sharp, and it's sharp on both sides. But also, he's succeeding at something. He's coming to a success. He's got a laurel leaf, and he's got a crown, and he's like, yay! I had finished this project. Well, you know what that means, don't you? When you finish a project, you got to start a new one. So you are ending something here, which is what you're probably sad about. Because anytime we end something, even if it's great, it's scary. And that might be what's happening is you're overwhelmed by this end, even though it's a successful one. Next to that, we get the star, but it's turn it over. This is favorable omens, things working out. And so these cards are working in conjunction, and they're saying that it's all good. And you've done a really great job, and things are happening. But I keep going back to that 9 of Swords where you're really sad. Well, here you get the 6 of Swords. And the 6 of Swords, let me get out my little wand to show you things. There's wavy waters there, and he's moving to smooth waters. There's this gorgeous island. And this woman is sitting here sad, even though she's got this guy at her back, and he's kind of hunky. But she's just sad about what she's leaving behind. Once again, sometimes leaving something behind is the best thing ever, especially when you got the star, which is such a good omen. Now I'm going to pull a card from the Earth Magic Oracle deck, and that says celebrate. Everything in me is saying that you should not be sad about this ending. This is a celebration. It's a new beginning. It's nothing to be sad about. Not at all. Now I'm going to pull a card from the Oracle of the Unicorns. And this is about relationships. I'm asking this card to tell me. And this says rebirth, revive yourself. So as you're ending this, allow this time for you to grow in a spiritual way and to recognize that as you grow spiritually, you're going to be moving forward into being the best you've ever been and having the best life you've ever had. Namaste, y'all. If you want to do a private reading, send me a text to 405-512-9400 between May 3rd and June 2nd. May 3rd and June 2nd. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be doing free Akashic Records readings. And I've got a little over half of them scheduled. So go ahead and send me a text to 405-512-9400 so we can get you on my schedule before it's all full. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel.